ban here against Nova Esports as well, and that comes through. The Dolly and the Mai, as well as Darman the Yuan. Priority on the Arlie. I think this is one thing that Nova wants to start with. This is our comfort, this is like the power pick now, and we want to keep doing this as long as they have more advantages, tools that can use against KAGENDRA.
Yeah, I mean, the Arlie was there, but the Lung was also there, but both teams decided against it, right? So we see that 0-0 is going to be playing onto the Lady Sun, and Mufas gets one of his top picks, the Zhangfei, right? So this is already looking pretty solid for the side of KAGENDRA, but then when we look over the side of Team Nova, they're kind of taking a page from Fearless Esports and BSE's book with the Dune. It would just be able to soak so much damage in the early team fights, but then have your Gan and Mo, have your Arlie at a safe distance. Maybe Arlie builds into the Sun Chaser, gives herself a little bit more range within these team fights. So we can kind of see that they're going for a front line. They just need to thicken that out a little bit more on the side of Team Nova.
Yeah, speaking of front line as well, like a lot of teams from the matches that we saw and you saw, guys, on your screens, they have demonstrated a great counter against the Zhangfei. It has been a great counter for everybody, for setups, even for like an outburst and outplay scenario for teams who use this hero. But one thing that we're starting to see here is the Gun and Mo, a very good counter as well for Peel. Regardless on how thick or strong you are in the front line, it's just the penetrating force that you can build, and with the combination, I'm slowly seeing this with an Arlie, Gun and Mo early game. As long as they hit level 4, it's like a continuous poke and damage as long as they put their timings right.
Yeah, I mean, the Dharma gets taken off the board, the Mayin as well, and KAGENDRA doing a little bit of their homework. They take the Lubong off the table as well, because we saw Xuan on that pick, and it just means that he can be away from the team fights and then straight back into it with the Battlefield Command. Last pick, ban on the side of KAGENDRA is the Diadia. So again, another support role pick that has been taken off the cards for Team Nova. I can imagine the last plan for the side of Nova may be something up into the Clash lane, maybe like a Byron. No, they go for the Angela. So there may be a little bit of a sight here, a little bit of storytelling saying, hey, ban out the anti-tank mage because we want to get another tank.
Yeah, and I think either you want to go with the peel and the counter, you want to make sure you have a strong front line as well. A lane is open for the taking, by the way. I don't know if Nova's going to go for that since there's a Lady Sun present. Since they ban out the Angela and the Mayin, this might consider like a free roam kind of Clash lane that's not going to get picked off right away. So good pick up on the Byron as well. So we have damage. So relying on Lady Sun and the Angela, yeah, they need to have some sort of front line here to just even melt Gun and Mo.
Yeah, I mean, they might go for something like the Sunset, right? So that would be a great way. It's team comp. It'd be a great way to set up the Gan and Mo, right? So double blades. As soon as you knock the set sail up onto one of the teammates of KAGENDRA, you can just lay that amount, a massive amount, and immense damage onto the side of Nova. But they are going to go for the Guan Yu, making its second appearance today. And Liam Po. No wonder they banned out the Angela, right?
Yeah, no more fire to the butter here. It's the Guan Yu and the Lian Po. It's okay, no wonder, but they want to take out most likely the possible ways of counter from the back line. Guan Yu, that made so much wonders today in team fights. Displacement is one of the most important things. It's kind of like a idea, but with a bike or a horse, right? So this settles up like a great landing for the Tremor Smash and a great isolated play as well if they want to do that if you're Nova Esports. But Lian Po alone combining with the Gun and Mo, yeah, this is a great opportunity for the early to have a proper pick. But how about the Haino? It has been a counter for everything. Like, yeah, you have Peel, but in like situation, like in game number 1, we see the Haino shine.
Yeah. Again, the Scepters of Fates hit differently when you're able to get that poke and get the stacks there as well. But I was honestly thinking we was going to get something like the Lady Jen or the Princess Frost, because again, you see Lian Po has a great big engage. You see that the Unruly Blade comes from the Dune as well, right? So something that has a little bit of AoE, a little bit of zoning, and a little bit of a immobilize in terms of the slow speed that comes through with both of those ultimates. But no, we get the Haino, so they're going for some aggressive, some really good pokes here into the mid lane of the side of KAGENDRA. But is it going to be enough to get them that win on the board?
They only need 1 point here. KAGENDRA would really want to fight for this one to secure a spot as well. Like, everybody now revolves around points heading to the knockout stage. We would find out on who will have the advantage early on. We've seen BSE use the Arlie and the Lian Po combination, but this is like a setup for peel and counter as well. But KAGENDRA needs to cover the tracks more on how to utilize his Zhangfei more quicker, because you know how it gets. Like with the Haino in game number 1, we've seen some of the teams turn things around with the Haino just being being right up front, in the right position, they could get tanky, but they're relying on damage, probably to 0-0, and Hans moving on forward.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense with the monkey pickup, right? I mean, the Dream Roll can come through, you can then get the knock-up onto the Ganon Bow, just as long as they can try and silence and just mitigate any of the damage that is unnecessary coming from Wendy on the side of Nova. We do see the Magic Pen Boots coming through on the side of Nova as well, so already a good way to try and take down the likes of the Monkey and the Jungbei.
Damage counter for damage. I think right now for Kage and Nova is more likely to see that we might either encounter like an early blood pressure from Nova Esports right now, because they really want to get an eye on the vision as well. But there is some sort of a contester on the mini objective. But this is like a finding where could Nova be, because the Guan Yu here is a hash rotation for a push as well. But they need to be careful on where to address the damage and who's going to get it first.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing with the Guan Yu. I always point it out. Guan Yu is a bit of a bully pick in the Clash lane. He's able to knock you into his turret, he can take you away from your safe place, but then he can also rotate very quickly into your other lane. So just when you think you're safe, just when you don't have highs or a horse in the race, he is there placing bets on who wins the race.
I hope we can see that. Like right now, Suan, I know he was trying to clear some waves in, but for a Byron, this is like the early power spec of a Byron, right? You have life to have damage, and you can't outrun that kind of like smash right into your face by just getting the passive off of you. I think they're still respecting the prowess right now of Kage's early game, but we now slowly see that he's rotating to mid lane as well. Probably just seeing some avenue here on who to even catch, because it's like the wonders of having a Guan Yu on a level 5. Probably take someone out of the bat, but Hayden right now is not an option. He has level 4, has the Fate Rewind as well, so he needs to be careful.
Needs to be careful. Yep, Zero taking a few trades there. We do see CY into the jungle here.
They do commit for it. CY knocks up 2 on the side of KAGENDRA, but 0-0 is just pummeling down onto the backlines as well. They get the first blood. Movers starts the fight for KAGENDRA, and they're going to end it with a lead.
A bit of a miscalculation on when to fight back there. Like 0-0 was just on the corner.
Yeah, Weeraw gets caught out by the Razor Cavalry. It is going to be a trade out. Xuan evens out the odds and Nova fight back. But Muji wants more. He's going to take the one-on-one against 0-0 here.
Well, that's how they go for quicker, Blam. Like, okay, you got that kill, but so far you just got a kill out of 0-0. And this is the Lady Sun, probably delaying the most probable cause of damage now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just punishing that overstep on the side of KAGENDRA, right? We saw that Nova were taking the blows in the early part. It was Mufus who got the kill. Nothing that he should really be given over to the Zhongfei, right? It would have been nice to go over onto the Lady Sun, but no, she sticks in the lane and unfortunately met her demise to Muchi as well. So already we're getting that difference in gold over to the Ali. Already on the side of Lady Sun, the meat is being built. So obviously they need it for that.
Yeah, with the armor penetration, like we would be checking on how Buffer's going to defend some sort of situations as that. And now he's building the Guardian right now for debuff and support. But this is like puts pressure as well for the Mankey to go into team fights, because as they go into the game, Nova Esports, look at this. The zone that Wendy's doing, man. Oh, stolen! Right into Suwon's face.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to give over to anybody, right? Other than giving it to the Monkey. She's kind of like getting rid of those extra little buffs that can be good in the hands of the side of KAGENDRA. They're just trying to make sure that they can kind of limit the KAGENDRA and the enemy team here. They want to make sure that they know that Nova has control.
Yeah, I think it's all about that, right? Like the control, lane management. That's why we're seeing Senko and Muffers and 0-0 here gather up in the farm lane. Half HP though.
Oh, the nice catch. Xuan pushes them all away. The beast is not enough to save the day. 0-0 gets taken down. Senku falls as well. Movers caught in no man's land, and Nova just decimate them right here.
Oh my gosh, a triple kill once more for Team Nova. They are just saying, hey, we could have been nice. We could have gave you a round, but no, they're saying, you gotta earn it.
Yeah, it was like a perfect timing for the Leon. I was kind of expecting really easy to dive in, like and someone is saying like, yeah, oh, it's like the mini map. Somebody's coming in down down bottom, and it was a complete timing for Suwon as well to just dive in. And then we noticed they cut the lanes from the bottom lane just to give way for the early to take this turret with no reinforcements on the way from KAGE.
Yeah, great front farming, but the Magnus Lampies come through to try and take some camps here. It doesn't look like they might try and commit just yet. They don't have to set up on the side of KAGENDRA.
Okay, just looking for a way to contest one of the objectives, but so far this is just completely zoned out from Nova. They're trying to read KAGENDRA now, and again, this point of the story here, the way we started this draft or even the match, is all about getting that point. But so far, we're looking at Nova. They really would want to try to take something out of here, and I think this is the goal in here. Sort of being taken out by Nova against KAGENDRA. While Wave's pushing down bottom.
Yeah, they've got the wave push. I mean, it would be a right time for Nova to try and push here, but it doesn't look like they're gonna, because obviously the mid wave has not crashed in just yet. So some of these team fights are just being delayed, but I think it is going to be the inevitable right. CY into the thick of it in the enemy jungle. Nice wind slashing. We do get another from Byron, but the Unruly Blade is just a great access out of these team fights. You don't want to start a team fight on a bad foot. Right now, Gabmo, Liampo, and the Dude all here to stay. So much damage coming from the Liampo right now, and it looks like Ali's just been saying, hey, I'm going to go to the top lane. I'm going to go and clash and take that T1 because you're kind of like messing around here in the mid lane.
Yeah, Wendy's blades, like he just gave 4 and 3 shots onto Muffer's automatic half HP. So this is like the problem, right? Like, where is Muffer's gonna go? Will he get for the right angle? Will he go for the passive play? Will he go for like a counter reinforcement set? Because oh, here we go.
Wendy in trouble. He will be taken down. They lost so much, but they take one back. But it's a little bit of a consolation prize because KAGE, they don't have anything else on the map to take.
No, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like an answer to what he was asking there, RSX, right? It was like, hey, how's he going to use the Zhong Fei? And he was just waiting for the time that Wendy was going to be in direct aim of that unbridled outrage and was able to get it, CY, make it his name, make it his home into the enemy's jungle right now. But I just want to commend Muchi here, right? Like, his macro play and his presence across the gorge in this game 1 between Nova and KAGENDRA has been pretty phenomenal, using the teleportation mechanics once he gets the T1 a bit to the clash lane, then going back down to the farm lane to be like, hey, I'm still owning this lane, right?
Yeah, he really knows how to pace, right? If you're an early, you would really want to time your umbrella straight and when to go back, because that is so important. One crowd control is enough for KAGE to take down this early, but so far Muchi has been really careful when to step, and showing how he moves here, this is just complete mastery of the early. Not everybody gets to have a chance, and with the preparation of Nova coming into this game, you don't want to be in a party if you're KAGENDRA and you just take the consolation prize, right? It's a sad thing to see. Like, if you want to win the raffle, yeah. And so far they haven't really have a chance to get a proper kill just now. And probably from the moment that they see an isolated member out of Nova, that's where their prize comes in. But can they still keep doing that as the later set of the game goes by?
Yeah, I mean, you got Nova here kind of shadow dancing, right? They're like, hey, you think that you know where we are? Well, you're not going to actually get a good depth on where we actually are in any of these bushes. And we just saw Muchi there. Again, the macro play coming from this player is unlike any of the other farm lanes in this competition. But Dreamroll does connect. It's not going to come up to anything else here. The Guard the Grave comes from Wendy, keeps him out of that team fight. They're just trying to do everything they can on the side of KAGENDRA to keep that T1 in the mid lane available. Because as soon as that goes, it's free reign.
And if you kind of like seeing this correctly, like in the mini-map, Nova, yeah, they understand that KAGE doesn't want to take team fights. They're like building an invisible like chain right onto their feet right now. They know that KAGE is overstaying positions, so what Suwon is doing here, pushing from the bottom, circulating minions from the top, and no one can even get close in the turrets. As you can see, like Hans is trying to make a way from the top tier turret, the first tier one, but so far it's been a problem there. They've been overstaying some points here, and Nova completely takes advantage of it right away.
Takes absolute advantage. We do see that Hans is trying to get a little bit of a macro play here. He's thinking, hey, Muchi's had free reign of the gorge. I want that too. I want a piece of that gold slice. But right now, we see that Nova are ahead by about 4k gold difference. We see that Byron's able to get back to safety. But that T1 falling down there was a nice setup by Nova. Just enough for CY to go in there, tank the damage, but also deal the damage onto the T1. We have the next, the Shadow Tyrant here coming through on the side of Nova once more. This is just showing how much presence Nova has right now in this Game 1 board map.
Yeah, and the presence of the new patch update as well of the bush, right? Like, this is like a good camouflage as well on how to hold positions against Nova. But from now, you mentioned about damage. We know how tanky the lineup of KAGE is going here, and we went for the Tyrant instead. Meanwhile, we got Pokemon have a run away. Oh, feeling sensing some setups here, but not just yet. Nova is looking for a way to draw out KAGE from the bushes and disappear. So far, just maintaining lane control, probably using the objective as well as bait, but so far they're maintaining their ground.
Maintaining the ground, I think that's all they can really do, right? Because they've already been pushed back quite so far on the side of KAGENDRA, so they're kind of playing on the back ropes and literally it backs against the wall for now as the T1-2 is, the T2 in the mid lane is the only thing left. But Senko loses so much health there, man. T2 down in the mid lane. This is looking like a nice setup here for Nova.
Yeah, literally no one can front right now for KAGENDRA, man. That kind of a slither of health from a Hano, you don't want that. Nobody can come front here at Nova's front line. Either Muffer suffers the consequences for like a sacrificial play, but that blades are nasty. Look at the damage, man. Like we were seeing that the Scepter Reverberation also present for the Gun and Mo, combining with the Savage Ride as well. Advanced magic attack and also trigger explosions for that. You would really boil to build up some defense as well. We see some basic game for the Monkey, but for Hino, we see the staff as well for a deflect for magic damage, even a counter lifesteal. But this is getting hard. Like he just can't be at front most of the time. Either we or Muffers, but they need to calculate their timings right.
Calculate the timings right is something they need to do indeed. But I just want to coin there. Muffers suffers. That's all he did.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice run.
Poetry in there. Little Shakespeare to
my left. He will be taken down very quickly here with the help of Muji, and this could be the marker that really breaks open the base of KAGENDRA.
Yes, as you can see here, KAGENDRA just trying to wave clear these minions for now. But Guan Yu up into the top lane, Xuan making a nuisance for the side of KAGENDRA as they push clear the wave as the Vanguard rolls through into the Clash lane. But for now, it's looking like KAGENDRA's just playing to their best defense. But is it going to be enough to survive?
The top lane as well, slowly being taken by Xuan. Complete control of the map and lane as well. Venom was down. It was Senko was forced to build this, mainly because of the sustain and the health regen that Nova has right now. Nobody comes close to their front line, considering the lead right now almost at 8K. With a quick math there, Nova is controlling more of their own defense right into the base, leaving one at T3 behind. No, two for KAGE to defend.
Yeah, I mean, this last little point here, we got Rosura Gold going over to the side of Wendy, but the Magnuson comes through, Dream Roll being used defensively, but he's going to take out the Vanguard for now. All they can really do is pray that the Hino is enough to poke down these minion waves.
Yeah. This has to be a miracle somehow. I'm not sure what KAGENDRA are looking at, but I can't see it, right? So at this point, KAGENDRA, someone has to come from behind, but Hans doesn't have enough damage.
No damage at all. I mean, he's level 13 to Xuan's level 15. There is a clear disparity there. Yes, he gets level 14 just as I say that, but it's hard, right? KAGENDRA just playing on the back.
Yeah, who goes on Wendy? I don't see who goes on Wendy.
No, Peter Pan?
Yeah. Something out of the ordinary, something that needs to be a little bit of a miracle play here for KAGENDRA to even try and get access to Wendy right now. And even if they do, right, they got Wade Pit on the Leopo. They've got the Wind Slash from CY, but then they've also got Gargoyle Grave from the Ganon Mo. He can get himself out of there if he wants to.
Yeah, and no resources used as well. They're really just forcing KAGENDRA out. This is like a slow death of hold that.
Okay, they fully commit at this point. Tremor Smash going to be used as well. The Guan Yu at this point pushing them all back. Xuan is just making life so difficult, but here comes the damage. Muji is dead. Could this be the miracle hold for KAGENDRA?
Yeah, that was a very offensive push. Like, Xuan was trying his best to lure everybody out from KAGENDRA, but that kind of defense really still kept them alive.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it from yesterday, right, when Impunity was able to do the same thing. They were able to play very well from what would seem like a a point of no return, right? But now we're seeing kind of the same thing here from KAGENDRA. They're able to get the kill onto Muchi, which is a good point. Take down the Arlie, there's a lot of damage gone. But look at Arlie and Lady Sun. 11k, almost 12 to almost 10k gold to the Lady Sun. Needs to start making some headway with those items on 0-0.
Yeah, and a really great advance as well here in Arlie. This is your moment to shine. This is where an Arlie shines. Like at 15 minutes, you have 4 items in. Also, you have a physical pierce as well from the Daybreaker. Despite the defense that KAGENDRA has right now, he can completely melt the armor. But you need to be careful where to position, because Muffers, I know, is going to eye some sort of a situation that Nova can handle. So you need to be wary of that. So I think right now with this Shadow Overlord taken by Nova, they would really force something out of KAGENDRA once more.
Yes, Shadow Vanguard does rock through again for the side of Nova Esports. No neutral objective go over to the side of KAGENDRA, which spells disaster. They don't have any enhanced movements in the damage or in the lanes.
Okay, they try again. This time, Reroll caught on the front lines. Shin will be blocked off by Hans. That's a good defense. Somehow, I don't know how, but KAGENDRA just holding on.
They are holding on to whatever they can. They are gripping on the face of the mountain of defeat right now. But we have the Shadow Vanguard in the mid lane, looking to try and take this single lonely higher ground turret.
Yeah, but Senku just pushing them all away. Shen is looking for more, gets to jump in as well. That's a Baron base. The Dream Roam comes in, they get the stun as well. Can they deal the damage? Senku is laying down the Scepters of Fate. 0-0, unfortunately, gonna be taken out as well. They have tried, but Nova, they are just that much stronger. Reroll, the last surviving member with Senku. They can't hold, they can't deal the pressure, and Nova will be able to take game 1. The base is barren, the minions are dead, and game 1 goes to Nova.
Yes, a clean sweep into their base. They were the Trojan horse of game 1 on the Gorge. Nova Esports, in clean Nova fashion, taken to 1-0 for now.
Wow. It's gonna be a forecast there, brother.
Nostradamus. Nostradamus, that's all I'm saying.
I don't know, if that happened, okay, I'm gonna support you on that. What if that happens, kid? What is the situation of KAGENDRA? Like, will they be out of the chances moving forward?
Yes, I mean, they still have a chance, though, so they still have one more shot on this, but they must not miss.
The only shot is the fact that we have Kin on the desk.
Everybody hopes for him.